Yeah, okay, so let's go in game then. As we get ready for round 2, we are on Blade's Edge. Gates are going to be about to open. Top left is GotGame East, top right will be Pandemic, and it's 1-0 currently to Pandemic then. So following Ro2 out the start. Let's switch over to Happy Minty, and the whole team, yeah, this is something that we've seen before, where the Druid goes, I'm going to stay by this pillar. It's the only pillar I can pillar kite around. The other two over there and also over there are horrible to kind of kite around. You will always get caught. Happy Minty sitting defensively as well. At the top, we do have Doja, just took an arcane barrage. Doesn't really need to back off. I'd rather see him kind of, you know, dispel down Ro2. I'm sure he won't get caught in a poly, but doesn't want to do so. And Soda's team, Happy Minty and Ro2, GotGame East, want to take this fight down to the floor.
GotGame East really hugging the pillar here. They're really learning from the mistake of a past round and making sure that they can't be caught out in the open.
Yeah, and keeping up hots as well. As you can see, on Soda actually making sure he's got Abolish Poison, he's got a Rejuve, got Life Bloom, pretty much got everything on him. And I do believe that Ro2, I thought he did mount up, didn't go offensive. And at the moment, you know, one team says we want to fight down here, the other goes, no, we want to fight up here. An RMP on the bridge would be quite dangerous. And so, you know, you've got to give it to GotGame. At least they know where the advantage is at, and they want to play that advantage. Pandemic are 1-0 up, though. They could go up to the top. Come down to the bottom, but it's not going to be the case. We're going to follow off then. Happy Minty going to get a sap onto the Priest. Does find as well Natrana, but he's in a situation where his team aren't going to be able to come there and react. And Happy Minty almost getting put into a poly there, didn't come out. There's going to be a poly, though, instead onto Malice. Ro2 is counterspelled and now polyed himself. He does trinket out of it. Ro2 can be controlled. We see Happy Minty did vanish, looking for a reopener, but he's going to get opened up on almost at the same time as Natrana. Happy Minty gets put into poly, and he won't be able to get out of that either. So at the moment, let's switch over to Malice. He was in a poly. Dispel is not going to get him out of it, and eventually will be taken out. You can see Natrana having to play very defensively here. Actually, Shadow Steps, missing the jump to get away from the Rogue, which was the danger, going to be put down to 4k HP. And in comes the Pompyro. Natrana so low, and this is a dangerous situation. The Priest has been blinded. He's trying to keep line of sight with the Priest, but because he's in a blind, and he shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have dropped down, will be taken out. Had he have gone to the top and then over, maybe with a sprint, he could have survived the onslaught, but we expect a poly to come in later. Malice would have had to actually counterspell that, then poly Ro2, which he's done now, but too late. And, you know, Happy Minty getting the opener again onto Natrana really kept Natrana, you know, in trouble. And Happy Minty, a couple of nice moves to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, and I felt as though Natrana was almost sort of mimicking the strategies of some of the rogues we saw play in Seoul. At the last weekend, sitting in stealth for so long, just waiting for that perfect moment, but he wasn't really able to find it in that.
Yeah, I mean, the rogues are obviously, rather than opening and risk getting opened on, they are staying really defensive because they know that they are going to be the targets. Now, that's fine as it goes, but Happy Minty taking a ballsy move going up to the top, and it was nice he got the sap onto the Priest. Then, you know, because you can get, if he does want to trinket that, he is going to be susceptible to polys and also blinds later, and you can't remove the polys, he's the only one that can. But also in that situation, though, Happy Minty actually got Natrana out of stealth, but his mage wasn't in a position where he could block down instant damage, so instead of putting like a bunch of damage onto Natrana, they actually just kept him in combat as long as possible with that mage, and they did a good job doing so. So Natrana, you know, missing that jump as well, quite unfortunate, but still nicely played from GotGame East with their free DPS team.